So when you left Point, how did you get into mentoring and motivational speaking? Because you so good with them kids, man, and the way you communicate with them and the way they listen to you. Um, that's something that's got to be in you. I feel you got to really love it, and it'll show. How'd you get into that, Coach? Talk to us.
Well, after everything that I feel like I had been through in my life, in regards to basketball, I felt like at that point in my life, I didn't really want to deal with the politics of the sport as much, and the things that come with being a college basketball coach. And,
Right.
we can do a whole nother podcast on that. I wasn't
Mhm.
really happy with that part of it. Not saying that, I wasn't happy, but, I wanted to be able to do more. I wanted to be able to have a bigger impact, on the kids, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what's more important than just the basketball itself. And I started feeling like I wasn't having the impact that I wanted to have. And it was a tough decision for me, but I felt like all the things that I learned in the years that I was coaching and around great coaches and traveling and then being around big time coaches and seeing how they do things and seeing how they study and things of that nature, and seeing the people that come speak to our programs and do things for the kids, I start feeling like I can have a bigger impact if I go on my own, to start this training, start this mentoring, and be able to make a good living for myself. Also, my daughter was growing up, and I wanted to be able to spend more time at home, because we all know as a college coach, you don't really get a lot of time with your family. And I really didn't want to pay that price. And I felt like that I was good enough and talented enough and been around the game enough that I can make a living and make my own time and my own schedule, and be a chance to be more present for my family.
Man, that is awesome, Coach. Do you remember the first motivational speech you actually gave, or what? Where it was?
Actually, actually, I, I think this was the first one. I did one for Point University after I was gone. I went back to the school. I actually did a team building for them, and I gave them a good long motivational speech. Man, it was down at the school, given to me through my coach Slack, who had hired me. And, he gave me the opportunity to come down and speak with the team and do a team builder, man, and it was pretty good, man. I think the guys really enjoyed that.
That is awesome. You got to be a bad man, Coach, to leave a place and then be invited back to come in and to come and bring them back up, Coach. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I think, man, once people see that you're genuine and that you really care about what you're doing and have passion for it, I think good people will try to help you, because there's a lot of, no disrespect to anybody, but there's a lot of people out here, doing this stuff just for a quick buck, or they don't really care about the kids, they don't really care about the parents, and they're not really true to the sport. And some of them don't really, quite frankly, even have the experience. And I don't want to sound like I'm knocking anybody, but I think that's not fair, for people to get into it for that. If you're going to get into it, I ain't saying you have to have been a player before, but at least study the game, at least be able to get a kid something back positive. Don't just get in this just to get a dollar, because if you are, you're in the wrong sport.
That's right. And look, Coach, I would to add on to that excellent and eloquently put statement you just made. I would say even if you have played the game, even if you do have experience at whatever level, it can only add on to your expertise and your range of impact and influence if you study a little bit. Like you said,
That's,
man, I just love what you said. I'm listening. You said I have been around those big time coaches. I have been around them, and I watched how they studied. I
mhm.
watched how they prepared. That's it right there. They had to study the game. They had to prepare their players to play the game, and that's what separated them. I think when you say coach from the good to the great coaches. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
wherever you
Absolutely.
are, you can always get better. So yeah, man, yes sir. I didn't cut you off, did I, Coach? You was gonna
Oh
say
no,
something.
you're good, man. I just believe that, we can all learn something from each other, because there are other trainers out here, man, and I don't rival anybody. I look at their stuff because to me, it's a basketball community. We're a basketball family. I may be more better at one part of the game, and this other trainer or coach may be better at another part of the game. So I can learn something from another trainer just as well as a trainer can learn something from me. Because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be for the kids, right? So it's
Right,
not me versus you.
right.
It's
It's
about
us
the
for the
kids, man.
kids.
Yes, it's
It's
about the
us for the
climb.
yeah. Oh yeah.